Hello, love. It has been a very hot minute, hasn't it? I have been in the midst. I'm going to start before I get into it really quickly by saying that I have just been in a huge period of integration and a massive sort of renewal, really, kind of upheaval renewal of where I am meant to be focusing my energies, how I am meant to be in service. And that's why you kind of haven't seen me because there's just been a lot of changes going on. Um, Moving forward, I will still be doing tarot. I will still be doing readings. I am working on my website. I am redoing offers. I've got a whole kind of, I've got a lot of different what's the phrase, like irons in the fire kind of thing. Um, and it's really just about getting them organized and getting them focused. But moving forward, absolutely, readings, still going to be doing that. I am working on some kind of a module course, something to teach tarot, to share tarot, to coach tarot. Um, so that's in the works as well. Tarot is always going to be a part of this, right? And a part of what I'm here to do, a part of how I'm here to be of service, because tarot was, is, but was the thing that really awakened within me my own intuition, connecting to myself and connecting to source. That was one of the main modalities for me, and meditation, of course, right? Um, so that's always going to be there. I'm also being guided to focus more on galactic energies, um, working with specific groups, working with my own guides. And we're kind of kicking it off with this reading a little bit here, connecting to the whale and orca elders. When I was getting into the meditation, going into this, immediately there was a connection that came through regarding the witch wound and what they wanted to say about that, which I thought was really like, wow, okay. You wouldn't make that connection necessarily. But then I heard, one of the things that I always associate with the whales and the orcas, the whales specifically, because of their song, right? But the orcas are in the mix here too, right? I mean, you could even say dolphins, the same thing, is the energy of the throat chakra, the energy of speaking your truth and singing your song. So it makes sense that the witch wound and what they would want to say about the witch wound would be coming through here, okay? Um, and going into the meditation, it's going to come to me because I didn't write anything down. I just sort of wanted to come in and sort of get into this energy. Archangel Raphael came in, along with connecting to their energies, speaking about the witch wound. And I heard when I went to call them in, I actually said the oil as opposed to the orca. I said the oil, and I was like, what's that? And then I thought about oil and water immediately. Now, my mind briefly, for a second, I had a flash of oil in the water, oil spills, these kind of, I'm hearing like almost fabricated or when I mean that, it's like created. They were created by whether it was error or disregard for Momma Gaia, disregard for her waters, right? Oil spills, that came to mind. But then I really was sort of, guided to focus on this idea of oil and water. I heard doesn't mix, oil and water doesn't mix. And then how collectively right now, because this is a message for the highest and greatest good of humanity and for starseeds and light workers, um, it's this energy of like things that don't mix And they really want us to focus on that right now because there's a lot of healing that needs to take place around that. And that is connected to the witch wound. That is connected to people not getting it. That's connected to people who make judgments and decisions based on things they don't truly understand. And then this division coming in. So this is all coming back to unity consciousness, baby. That's basically what it is. Okay. So having said that, I'm going to start by pulling or popping the deck here. Asking first through the Prism Oracle what messages that the Whale and Orca elders would like to bring through. What messages Archangel Raphael wants to bring through as well. He is an archangel that I always work with when I set up sacred space, in addition to 2 others, right? He really wanted to come in for this message, though. So this is specifically a message of healing around the witch wound, through speaking your truth, through singing your song. The Whale and Orca elders wanting to come through for this. They want me to pull this one. Ideation. That's coming through. I always connect this card to, it's more of an orange color to me. So this is sacral energy, water energy, ideation. So what ideas do you have? What judgments do you already make about people? And magic just popped out. So I'm going to pull that. I'm going to leave it there. You know, this is interesting because this is specific to witches. This is specific to magic and witchcraft, right? I'm hearing stealing your magic. I'm going to pull a card, one more card about that. Oh, energy. Okay, here we go. Okay, that makes sense. So I just want you, look at what's at the bottom of the deck. Consciousness is at the bottom of the deck. This goes right back again and again. It's like almost every reading. Well, this is the energy that we're in currently, right? Shifts in consciousness, expansion of consciousness around judgments, around ideas of what we already have. This is specific also to the divine feminine here because it's coming through the sacral and the energies of water, right? The energy of the divine feminine, the energy of prima materia, the first ever, when we're looking at alchemy, right? That actually came, so that's something that came through. I saw, what video was I watching? I think it was The Alchemist in one of her videos. I think her name is Sarah Ecaldi. Her videos came up and I saw that and I was like, what? That came through recently. There's something going on here. That's kind of, I think, more of a, I don't know, a sort of message to me more than anything because of these water energies that I've been very, and it is Pisces season. So heck, I mean, right? All really coming through. I feeling that connection myself is to that as well personally. And maybe you too. Maybe this is a message for you, right? For it to be coming through me, it's coming for you, right? Through for you. So magic and energy, and this whole idea of don't let them steal your magic. And steal what that means is your power, your inner power, your sovereignty. That's your magic, right? And it's interesting that we've got these kind of colors coming through here. Energy, sort of looking like a kind of reddy orange here, right? So between that root and sacral, you know, the earth, the rootedness, when you feel like you are grounded, when you are centered, right, in your energy, and magic correlating to the third eye here, right, with the purple, and even the crown, you could almost say here, because it's almost like a violety color, this one kind of, you know, with white. So you see that? This is about your magic being your truth in a way. This is also about ideas of magic that are, like, for example, all magic is bad, or all magic is dark, or all witches are dark. And I mean, when I say dark, what I mean is ill-intended, right? What I mean is like this idea of sorcery, of manipulation over people, okay? Casting spells over people. This is the thing that they want to address here right now. Okay, and they're guiding me. Which deck first? I'm just thinking, yeah, okay, we're going to go to this one first. I'm going to ask for some clarification around that through the Gateway of Light activation. This is the Kyle Gray deck. Okay, so it's crazy because I just, yeah, look at that. And that when I split the deck, this just showed up. I have to show this. Arcturian light codes. Take a look at that image. Evolutionary downloads, recalling power, future thinking. So there is a message coming through here of that in terms of we have evolutionary downloads here. This is about, again, the light codes that are, and there's like, we got these solar flares happening, right? That's one example, but these evolutionary downloads are these expansions of consciousness, because that's what true evolution is. Like, they really want me to point that out right now. And recalling your power, going back to your magic, claiming your energy, right? So much of this is also about not giving a shit, not giving a fuck about what other people think about you when it is something that is true to you. And I'm talking about when people just have this idea of you and they don't even know you. They have an idea of you and they don't even know you. You know, we give way too much of our energy away to people who really don't, they're not worth it. They're not worth it, you know? And then look, inner earth is on the other side of this. Base chakra, strength and security, laying foundations. It's almost like go back to your roots, and literally like your root chakra. Why don't you just go back into your, what feels grounding to you, what feels safe to you. And I'm not saying this in a way where it's like, this isn't about going back to playing safe. There's a very, very big difference between playing safe and feeling safe. Truly feeling safe and grounded in yourself, centered in yourself, right? Okay, so asking through now the Gateway of Light Activation Oracle. One of my guides really wanted to come through with this. Okay. He wants me to remind you that this is also a lot of inner child work. So that's a message for some of you specifically. Because some of this is through reclaiming magic. Reclaiming your magic, a lot of the times, is about reclaiming your inner child, right? Going back to that inner child. That new magic was real, right? Crystal Skull Wisdom at the bottom of the deck. There's that purple energy again. That third eye discernment coming through here. Clarity, divine healing, high vibrational energy. Divine healing is really sticking out to me with this. It's also confirming that some of you may actually be on a healing journey around this, and to really focus on staying grounded as well. Because the crazy thing is that even like high vibrational energy, you get there by being grounded. You get there by being grounded. You don't get there by being spaced out. So the deeper your roots go, the higher your crown goes. It's like the deeper the roots of the tree, the higher the tree, right? Star being healing codes, important information, wounds are healed, recharging. I love the imagery on this. That golden energy, that real golden alchemical energy is really sticking out in this. And there's something here to do with willpower and your will. You have to be willing to do this. You have to be willing to heal the wounds. This important information, before I go to the guidebook here, I want to clarify that through the tarot. important information. So these healing codes, I'm going to go back to the solar flares, and I'm just actually going to hold this up as I talk about that, because look at how we see this image of Momma Gaia, and we see this solar being, like, just, we see this solar being enveloping Momma Gaia in healing codes. And remember that the sun is a star. So this star being healing codes, I'm definitely going to read this out of the book. But just to show you really quickly here, these are those solar flares. This is the energy of the sun, light codes enveloping Momma Gaia. So much healing is taking place. For Crystal Skull Wisdom to come out at the bottom of the deck, and there's a lot of healing going on around this. And I feel like right now is the time that's really ripe for that. There's a lot going on astrologically. One astrologer that I do follow is Oracle of Your Soul, Lynette, because she brings so much of the galactic perspective into astrology. And one of the things that she's been talking about quite a bit lately is, you know, your inner sovereignty, your true divinity. And what that is to you is unique to you. And there's so much healing going on around that right now. There's so much healing going on around that right now. La, 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 la. Fluid like water. All right, so what is this? Ooh, that's a lot of cards. Okay. Important information. What is this important information? So what I'm seeing right now before me, I don't even know if I can like just show you that like really quickly. You see how they came out like that? You can kind of see it upside down, but sorry. I hope I didn't make you too dizzy there. But basically, do you see the tower in reverse there coming out? Okay, so this is coming out of a tower moment. Let me just fix this. Coming out of a tower moment. I'm not going to pick up anything that's underneath that tower card, but what I'm going to do is take a look at those other two. So we've got the Knight of Wands coming out in reverse. I won't see you. I'm going to pull it up this way. There we go. And the Wheel of Fortune coming out in reverse. Okay, so what, there's something here about the divine masculine. Okay, so what is coming through here is that the divine masculine is also a really huge, this is what it is. Okay, so they want to show that what the Orca and Whale elders are trying to say, what I'm trying to say, they're saying it just fine, is that there is an overlooking going on. A lot of this, we have a lot of talk about divine feminine energy, which is completely needed right now, rising, coming back, you know, like, because there's been a massive imbalance when it comes to the divine feminine being suppressed, right? And not having her rightful place, so to speak. Not being addressed in any way, being misinterpreted, right? Being put down, okay, etc., etc. But what we're not addressing is the repercussions of that on the divine masculine, because anytime anything is out of balance, it is out of balance on both sides. Like, I'm gonna go back to the Libra key here, okay? And the Libran key that I, you know, when you look at a set of scales, okay, apologies for having to fix this like this. When you look at a set of scales, this is because I have, what you see is only when they are exactly like this are they in perfect alignment. Whenever, you know, one is up and one is down, both sides in a sense are out of whack, right? Both sides are kind of like dipping in one and dipping in another. And while sometimes, I mean, you know, I'll go back to the old adage or the old, you know, symbolism here of try to balance an old-fashioned pair of scales, right? There's a lot of swinging that goes on. There's a lot of back and forth. There's a lot of teeter-tottering, right? Like I'm getting the image now of the Two of Pentacles. I'm getting this image of, you know, but even in that image of the Two of Pentacles, with the symbol of infinity, with the lemniscate, they're connected, right? So the divine masculine, and what's coming through the Knight of Wands here are the actions of the divine masculine being stunted because of a divine, some kind of divine spark, inner spark, that wasn't allowed to play out the way that it wanted to. And this goes back to the inner child. So what my guide and what the Whale and Orca elders are bringing to our attention here is the fact that there's a lot of inner healing, inner child healing that has to take place for the divine masculine, not just in men, but in everyone and every aspect of our divine masculine energy. Like where we were told we couldn't do something, where our actions were judged. I'm talking specifically here about inspired divine action. Like when you were a kid and you just got this like inspiration to go do something and you didn't think twice about it because you were a kid, you know? You were pure. You were pure in the sense, and I'm not saying we're not pure now, but in the sense that the outer world, like you weren't, again, you didn't give a shit. You didn't give a fuck about what other people, that wasn't even on your radar. Like the idea of caring wasn't even on your radar. It was just doing, it was just being, you know? And there's something here with a resolution. It's a karmic resolution. Like a lot of this is karmic. A lot of this energy is sort of karmic collectively, because who hasn't been through this? Like who hasn't grown up and been told, and this is to varying degrees, right? Everybody has had a different experience. Some of it really heavy and traumatic. Other times it's just societal, it's cultural, it's, you know, being told off, that type of a thing. But remember that we're all unique and different, and we're all going to react to that in different ways, right? To different degrees. So this is about really healing that. And there is a lot of opportunity right now energetically with that Tower coming out in reverse at the bottom of the deck. There's a lot of opportunity right now energetically to heal this, to, in a sense, like stop roadblocking yourself. Because now it's about you. It's not about, you know, the parent telling you, or the teacher, or the family member, the whoever, right? You can't do that. No, don't do that. Oh, what is that? That's stupid, you know? Like you're just being you and you're acting in a way. This is really, really, they're bringing me back to the actual feeling in your body, like physically in your body, when you go to do something that seems so natural to you and then you stop. Because the thought has become so embedded in the body. This is why the root energy is really coming through here. This is why that grounding energy is really coming through here. Okay, they want me to stop there and read from the book. So let's see. Star being health codes. Health codes. What are your health codes? This is interesting. I'm going to pull a card on this. What are your health codes? They want me to direct you to your body. So coming back to the root chakra specifically. Thank you. Okay. I'm going to just, we got death at the bottom of the deck. That's coming through as like massive transformation. Oh, and the Six of Pentacles coming out in reverse. Okay. So death to imbalance. That's what I'm hearing. Okay. this is like a do or die situation. And I mean that metaphorically in the sense of you got to get balanced. What I'm feeling is that there's a lot of energy up in the head. There's a lot of, yeah, there's a lot of energy coming through. Like I'm looking at the magic card right now and I'm seeing that third eye, and I'm seeing when there's overactivity, when there's too much thinking blocking your discernment because you're not grounded enough, right? You're not in that grounded energy. Where are you imbalanced? And this is Pentacles energy. This is Pentacles energy asking to be transformed. This is the physical body asking to be transformed. What I'm actually getting is that the healing codes need to have the vessel in a state of health in order to fully integrate. I just keep on getting this image of someone sitting like on the ground, meditating and focusing on their root chakra and focusing on really feeling grounded and centered in their body, because that's how the light codes get integrated. And that's how they go into Momma Gaia, and that's how they disperse out into the collective, right? We all have to be taking good care of our bodies right now. This Death card. We got Lovers in reverse and the Fool in reverse and the Devil in reverse, all coming out underneath that afterwards. This is about, yeah, you can't be, this is really about the choices that we make, the moral choices that we make, the imbalances that exist even within our relationships, right? The shadow energies coming through here of the Devil in reverse are actually kind of, it's interesting, they're kind of good here because it's almost like we're putting an end to those things, right? We're putting an end to all these imbalances in doing this healing work. It's a step-by-step process. And the thing is, like, we're coming out of, this is what's nuts. This is what's coming through here. It's like we're coming out of the imbalances in our relationships. We're coming out of the imbalances of feeling like literally feeling like when you berate yourself, when you call yourself an idiot about, you know, when you do something and calling yourself stupid, like, please don't do that. Really? Like, is that really how you want to talk to yourself? You know? And then coming out of these, you know, unhealthy patterns, these things that are dysfunctional. I'm also getting here like substance abuse. And when I say that, what I mean is like, we turn to a glass of wine, we turn to, you know, substance abuse here with regard to checking out, with regard to escaping, with regard to not facing the truth. And then look what's right underneath there. The Knight of Pentacles upright. Slow moving, steady, methodical, grounded, rooted, right? Pentacles energy again. We're talking about the body. Okay. I'm going to read now. Starseed. Star being. Yeah, Starseed. You, that's right. Star being healing codes. I think that pretty much sums it up, right? A lot of Starseed awakenings, I feel, are going on for that to come through right now. Okay. There are many names for star beings, such as ETs, star people, star ancestors, sky people, and more. Whatever they are called, they are divinely inspired. I'm going to hold this up and read. Evolved beings existing in dimensions that we can't even comprehend. They are the overseers of the cosmos, and like angels, are divine expressions of the heart of Source, who are dedicated to the well-being of the entire universe. They aren't limited, by time and space, for they are from a higher dimension. Their frequency healings are received on a spiritual level, and can then move through our energy centers to affect the physical. There you go, right? Yeah. These cosmic beings are our interplanetary cousins and are now coming to many souls on Earth in support of healing, expansion, and harmony. That is beautiful. Yeah. This energy right now is huge. Like, and especially when I say, it's interesting because what they're saying to me now is that, interestingly enough, the witch wound is not just about witches, right? It's not. And I really want to clarify that because it's about anybody who, especially in their spiritual practice, right? That doesn't necessarily go with the norm, that doesn't necessarily go with the religious institutions of the day that are deemed, heretics, right? Heathens, that type of a thing. And I realize that witches and pagans do really fall under that umbrella. But it's also, it could be anybody. Like, look, starseeds, there's a reason why I said that. It could be because you feel you are a starseed. You identify with that type of mission work to be here, to be a starseed, right? And you may have people in your circles right now that don't get it, and they're judging you for it. And in a way, they're persecuting you, And when I say that, what I mean is like, they're it's like you're getting interrogated, or you're being laughed at, you're not taken seriously, right? And yet this is something that's incredibly significant for you. This is the healing that's coming in for this. There's, oh my God, I'm just feeling and I'm hearing that there's like a whole slew of beings. There's a team. You have a whole, group of beings who want to support you, who are there for you, just asking to be there for you, you know? I'll read the next part too. It says here, star beings exist in multiple forms and come from many different universes, but this card is a gateway that transports us to one of their healing sanctuaries. It is a gateway that is open to many different star beings. And so it doesn't stipulate which cosmic race is coming to us, but we will be receiving healing codes directly from cosmic guides. The healing can be emotional, physical, or spiritual. However it comes, know that it is a great blessing. I'm going to read the section here on connect. And I invite you in your own sacred space to connect to these energies, however they may be for you, okay? I'm just going to read this section and I'm going to close the reading here. Thank you, star beings of healing, for placing your hands of light upon my being and guiding me back to my whole and healed self. I just got the image of I saw the image of the card, and as I was holding it here, reading that, and I was thinking about how these solar flares, for example, these light codes enveloping Momma Gaia, coming in through her, she's healing her own witch wound, and the witch wound, Momma Gaia is a witch wound. 33, when I like, yeah, it's her wound. Momma Gaia's wound is the witch wound. And so that is happening at a collective level in terms of her energy, and it's affecting us. It's all connected. Everything is connected. I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you to the whale and Orca elders for being here with us, and thank you for Archangel Raphael. I'm telling you, I'm like, here, these words are coming through. I just heard rifle, like rifle through. Not rifle as in a gun, but rifling through this. There's an invitation here to almost go through, what I'm seeing is going through your journals. Like, I'm seeing someone like going through papers. I'm seeing someone going through papers on a desk. Rifle through it. It's almost like retracing your steps. Go backwards for a second and rifle through it and go back and revisit these situations and almost invite yourself to do a ceremony for yourself, a meditation around healing that. However that resonates for you and what works for you. Thank you, Archangel Raphael. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. I am sending you so much love wherever you are right now. And I thank you so much for just being a part of this channel, for being a part of, if you're following me on Instagram, the same thing. It means the world to me. Thank you so much. I'm sending you so much love wherever you are.